Hey everybody, hi Home Talkers. We're here again with another Home Talk live DIY, and it's a Christmas miracle. We have live working, and sorry we're running a little bit behind today. We've had some technical issues, but we are back and we're ready to go. I am Sharon and I blog over at i-restorestuff.com. So I'm from Australia and I want to show you how you can update your old furniture. You've got something that's dated lying around the house. We want to update that to make it look beautiful, ready for the holidays. So, I don't think that works, Marty. I think it's going to be sideways. Oh, okay. Is it sideways? Are we back normal now, people? I hope that we're normally looking great to you. Let us know. Okay, so let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to hear where you're from, and we'll have a look at that and see. Sharon will let me know where you're from. I'm from Australia, I'm Sharon, and I blog at I Restore Stuff. Today we're going to be working on a piece of furniture that I found on one of those, you know, the Facebook marketplace. That's such a great place to find old furniture. But you might have something that you've already got in your home because, so I probably can't show you a before photo, or maybe we can get that in the comments. Sharon might post that for you to show you what it looks like. But we're basically working on this rustic old Balinese type piece of furniture here, and this is just the drawer, obviously. This is not the whole thing, but it's in the desktop folder. So this is what I've done so far, because we had to do this in a few stages. So here's the top. We're going to be working on this today. I've done it in a few stages because we'll be taking you through step by step some of those stages that we're going to be working on today. And we are going to be working with the lovely Fusion Mineral Paint because I love this paint. Paint is good for the soul. Look at that on the top there. Of course it is. All the furniture painters out there going, yeah, thumbs up for painting furniture. So we're going to be taking you back to basics today. So just, there's a shot. Is that it? No. You haven't got it up yet? Before photo. So we're going to be taking you back to the basics of learning how to paint furniture. If you've never done this before, you've never even picked up a paintbrush, then here's your chance to follow along and see some of my tips. I don't know everything. I'm not the expert. I'm not the guru on painting furniture, but I have done a lot. So I thought I'd show you my tips today. I've got my faithful, beautiful daughter assisting me today. So Tori, why don't you come in and help? Because the girls are on school holidays. Tori's supposed to go, woo! School holidays, yay! Yep, she's happy. Okay, so what we're going to be doing first of all, if you've just tuned in, hey Shireen, where are they from? They telling us where they're from?
We have people from Chicago, Washington, Pensacola, New York, all over America,
Awesome.
New Mexico, Kentucky, Canada, everywhere.
Anybody from Australia? We're here blogging from Australia. So it's a morning here right now, 10:30 in the morning, I think it is. So it's probably night time in America where you are right now. You've had your dinner, have a cup of coffee, and let's watch. You can even paint along with me. How about that? So what we're going to be doing is we'll start with this drawer, Tori. It's my daughter Tori, if you've only just tuned in. So we are going to be using Fusion Mineral Paint. But first of all, I want to give you a great tip. Fusion is such a great natural, all natural, no VOCs, and that stands for volatile. Do you know what it stands for? No. Volatile organic compounds. It's the nasty stuff, all the chemicals that you see in paints and things these days. So we don't want any of that. And so Fusion Mineral Paint has made a beautiful paint that doesn't have any of that. They're very conscious about the environment and caring for us. Nobody wants to breathe that in. Fusion even has a beautiful Tones for Tots little baby furniture paint range, which we've got some of those over here. If you want to have a look, they're beautiful, aren't they? Some beautiful colours there in the Tones for Tots range. Down here, these ones. And these ones. But we are going to be starting with a special product that Fusion has also put out, and it's called Concealer. And this is perfect for when you want to take something dark, like this piece of furniture we're doing here, and you want to make it a white colour or a light colour. So instead of using your beautiful, nice colour paint, what Fusion has done is used it's used 100% recycled waste pigment. So all of the pigments that make up these beautiful colours in the Fusion Mineral paints, they didn't want to waste all the pigments. So they put them all together and created this concealer, which is half of the price of the beautiful colours. And so you are saving on paint, plus they're saving on the environment. Is that awesome or what? Thumbs up for Fusion doing that. So we're going to be using some concealer today, Tori. You want to grab a paintbrush and you can help me. And we'll start with working on this drawer. And now, here's one thing. When I'm painting furniture, I usually do remove the hardware. But this rustic piece, it started to strip the screw, so I didn't want to keep going. You got close enough there. I didn't want to strip the screw out anymore, so I just went, forget it. Forget it. Everyone say forget it. So I am just leaving my hardware there. I'm going to paint straight over it. I've decided, sometimes, when you get a piece of furniture in your home, it speaks to you. It just kind of says, I want to be rustic. And I think this piece is saying that. Do you agree, Tori? She thinks I'm crazy. No. Okay, so what we're going to do is just go for a rustic look. So what I'm going to be doing in the end is just sanding back and distressing. We might add a little bit of furniture wax, so stay tuned for that. And also stay tuned for an awesome giveaway. And I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet, but you will be so thrilled and excited and you will want to win. So we'll give you a giveaway question in a little while. But first we're going to be using concealer, which is from Fusion Mineral Paint. And we're going to paint the top of this. So grab your brush, dip it in. And we want to be fairly generous with our paintbrush. We don't want to just, a little bit more, I reckon. So I'm teaching Tori how to do this, so one day she can just take over the family business. Right, Tori, you're right. You're right, Mum. Okay, so just flip this over. Let's just go, and I'll do some too. And we're just going to lay it on. Okay, so let me show you. So what you're doing is you're kind of pushing the brush. So watch out, Tori was pushing the brush. What you need to do is lay it on like this, okay? And laying it on will get you a little bit less brush strokes and a smoother finish. So see if you can try that. Over here, I'll show you on this side. I've got plenty of paint on my brush, and these round brushes are good for in the corners. So I'm going to be doing that. This is a Klingon brush. Okay. And this is, we're working with concealer. Now, there's an important part that you need to know. Some people will think, which Fusion Mineral Paint originally called this colour blocker, but then people thought that it would block, sometimes you get those stains. If you've painted furniture for a while now, you'll see sometimes you get these little tannins of the wood or the stains that come through the paint and create either like a reddish tinge or a yellowish tinge. And we call that, in the biz, we call that bleed through. And so you don't want any of that. But this is not going to block the bleed through. What you need to do to block the bleed through is going to be something like Zinsser bin. You'll need like a shellac kind of varnished kind of a finish. So to do that, let's see. To do that, you'll need a Zinsser bin finish, but this is concealer. So this is just changing the colour. When you want to go from a dark to a light, that's what we're going to be doing. So we're just going to go in the handle, everywhere like that. And we'll just flip the handle over. You're doing a great job. Isn't she doing a great job, everybody? High fives for Tori, or love hearts or something. How are we going over there, Shireen? What's the little comments saying in there? Is there people from other parts of the world happening?
We have someone ask why you didn't take the handle off.
Oh, okay. So I explained that before, but I will tell you that I tried to take the handle off and it didn't come off. It actually, the screws were starting to strip, and so I decided to just to leave it there. And I could have taped it off and gone all around, but when you see the finish, you'll know that it'll just look rustic, because I felt like just having a bit of a rustic piece. So I think we'll just go around here as well. If you can do that, and I will go down here, and I'm going to be painting concealer on the top of the cupboard here. Oh, Did I sand it? Did someone ask?
Sandy.
I did. And look, let me tell you, sanding's quite an easy thing to do. So I will just show you quickly how easy and quick it is to sand if I can find something. You can just watch Tori do her thing. I'm grabbing a piece of sandpaper here somewhere. Anyway, couldn't find my sandpaper, we'll just use this piece of sanding disc. And all you need to do is a really rough sand. So here's my sanding. So yes, I did sand it beforehand, but what I'm just showing you now is basically all I did. So I haven't stripped it right back to the bare wood, because I'm painting over it. If I wanted to re-stain the top, like you know those lovely pieces that you see, the beautiful stained tops, then I would completely strip that or sand it right back until there's just bare wood, and then you can stain it. So we'll just wipe that down now, because you want to wipe the sanding dust off so that it's nice and clean. Surface is clean to work with. How'd you go? Awesome, looking great. So we'll just get those bits. Maybe just a rag will be fine if you want to just do that. Just get your finger in there, and we're just going to wipe off to make our little area nice and neat. So as you can tell, this is just concealer, and this is the part where people go, oh my goodness, what have I done? It looks quite ugly, because you can see all the streaks and stuff like that. But that's okay, because when you do the second coat, it's going to look just amazing. So here we're going to work on the top of this one so that we've got all the concealer in there. I'm so glad I've got you helping today, Tori. You're amazing. Is there any questions? If you have any questions, please let us know.
We've had someone ask, could you do this with bricks around the fireplace?
Oh, you can. You can paint bricks around the fireplace, but I would just check to make sure that your paint that you're using is a heat resistant kind of a paint. And maybe my fusionistas, if you're tuned in and watching, can comment on that. If you see any comments from Jenny Lynn, who's the owner of Fusion Mineral Paint, or Fiona, they might be able to let us know. But I don't think that Fusion is for the extreme temperatures near a fireplace. So that's a question I can pop back on afterwards and have a little look at what the answer might be.
So we have quite a few late joining people, Sharon.
Yes.
Wondering what exactly what paint you're using.
Okay, so this is Fusion Mineral Paint, and Fusion is zero VOC. That means no nasty chemicals or anything like that. It's an all natural paint, mineral paint, using 100% acrylic resin. And this, what we're using right now, is the concealer. So Fusion's come up with a great plan for using all of their leftover pigments from all their beautiful colours, and they have created what we call concealer, so that when you're going from a dark piece of furniture and you want to paint it white or a light colour, concealer will help you to go from that dark to the light. Now remember, if you were tuned in before, I was saying that it's not actually it's not going to block that bleed through you can sometimes get from tannins in the wood. And this piece here, it actually looks like one of those Balinese pieces because it's quite rustic, and they are often really notorious for those bleed through situations. So I haven't actually done this with I haven't sealed it with a shellac sealer or anything. I just thought I'd go for it today. So if we do see any bleed through, it'll be a good experiment. But hopefully we don't see any of that. Sometimes I just kind of wing it, and then I get, if there's any bleed through, then I go back and shellac over it. So this is the concealer, and it uses all of the waste pigments from Fusion Mineral Paint, the plant, the manufacturing pigments from their colours, and they make this, and so the tone and the greyness is going to be varying from different, bottle to bottle, but this is half the price of the actual Fusion Mineral Paint bottles. So you're saving on your paint because you're using the concealer, And you're also saving on the environment because they're using the waste pigments. Okay. Thanks, Tori. You're doing a great job. If you have only just tuned in, this is my lovely assistant, my beautiful daughter, Tori, who's helping me today. And my other daughter, Amber, is here off school holidays, but she's not going to show her face. She's in the background helping me do some things over there. We're going, come on, Amber. She's going to be shy today. Anyway, we're going to be, let's put this one down. So as you can see, doing the concealer, it's not a great look just yet, people, is it? So, you know, this is the ugly duckling stage. We're going to put that down to dry, and I'm going to see if we can lift this up, Tori. Do you reckon we can do that? We'll take our colours off. Move the Christmas tree. We've got the Fusion Mineral Paint comes in these beautiful little tester sizes right here, which are 37 mils each tester, and the testers, they cover so much. You could actually do quite several picture frames with that, and they also come in these 500 ml or pint bottles. Alrighty, so how's your muscles today, Tori? Come on, you can do this. Alright, let's lift it up. Are you ready? What's the back? Higher! Great job. So over this side and along the front here, you will see, so maybe I can just turn this a bit, make sure I'm not going to hit the topple the water container over. If you've just tuned in, I'm Sharon and I blog at irestorestuff.com, and we're painting with Fusion Mineral Paint, and we're going to be going over the top of this concealer now. So here's one that I've prepared earlier, and it's all dry. So as you can see, it's got that kind of yucky, ugly look at the moment because I'll put the Christmas tree up there. Because it's the first coat, and when if you've done a first coat on anything before, you'll know that it's a bit of a ugly duckling stage. So we're going to ignore that, and we're going to now use, this is the colour that I'm going to be using today. It's called Putty, and Fusion has a beautiful range of brand new colours in their Penny & Co. Designer collection. So Michael Penny is a Canadian designer, interior designer, has some beautiful pieces of furniture and a beautiful store over there. So he has come up with these beautiful colours, and this one's called Putty, and as you can see by the colour, let's just open it up there, it is very much like putty. And I would call it like the perfect greige. Greige is a combination of grey and beige. I'm looking at Tori like she knows exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so let's paint. Grab your paintbrush. This is a beautiful synthetic brush by Fusion Mineral Paint. Woo! It just feels like so soft. So we're going to be painting, and now when you paint, here's some tips here. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to tip this on its side. Can we do that, Tori? Sorry to have you do this, but here's a great idea. When you're working, so coming back down on the floor, around the front, yeah. When you're working with painting, if it's possible, which it's not always possible because you may have a great big huge piece, if it's possible, I like to have a flat surface to work on, so we're just going to pop it back down. Ready? Okay, you just drop it now, I've got it. And we're going to tip it on its side like this so that I can work on a flat surface. Is that a good idea or what? Who thinks that's a great idea? I didn't even think of it myself. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. So, we're going to dip the paintbrush in, and this is a perfect size for the 500 ml pot, 1 pint. And guys, don't forget we've got a giveaway coming up really soon. So like I was showing Tori in the beginning with the concealer paint, we're going to be when you use your paintbrush, I like to lay it down like this. So we're laying it down and not squashing it down like this. If you can, whoop, I'm just flicking it everywhere when I do that. So we don't want to do that. don't get my legs in. Oh my goodness. So we're just laying the paint down. Now, did you see that? Look how good that covers. Totally have covered the concealer. So here's the concealer that we've done beforehand, going from a dark colour to the light colour. And that's just one coat of putty. I love the way that covers. So we're just going to lay the paint on. And when you're painting, if you've never done this before, down this way a bit. we want to be just laying it on and not working it too much. So we're just going to lay the paint down, and we don't want to go over and over and over it, because the paint starts to dry, and Fusion's paint really dries fairly quickly. So I don't want to go over it, because then it becomes sticky and it starts to pick up the underneath layers of paint there, so we don't want to do that. All right. Any more questions there, Shireen?
Is this the kind of paint that needs to be well shook up before you use it?
Yes, you do probably just need to, but I don't like to shake it too much, because then you create air bubbles. So what I like to do is just give it a bit of a twirl, like roll it around a bit. Tori, maybe you can show us how to do that. Instead of shaking the bottle, so to mix in the colours, oh look at this colour, cranberry. These are some great Christmas colours right here, bayberry and cranberry, brand new colours from Fusion Mineral Paint, and this one's raw silk. So instead of shaking, we'll just get the bottle and do a lovely little twirly twirl like that. You can see a little bit of the pigment separating in this one, and so the colours will do that. So what you need to do is just pick it up and give it a bit of a twirl. Okay, so we're going to work on this as fast as I can, and remembering that we're kind of going for a rustic look, so I don't have to be totally neat and tidy with my paint job, but Fusion is very forgiving with brush strokes. I have found that it really creates just minimal brush strokes at all, if at all, so it's a great one to be
Is there a particular type of brush that you need to use, Sharon, or just any brush?
You can use any brush, natural bristles, synthetic brush. Just pick one that you find easiest for you, or one that you like. I do like to use, this is a nice one, Fusion's synthetic brush. I also love to use Klingon brushes. They're really a good brand. This is going on super smoothly. Whoops. And it's so, you can see how quick and easy it's going to be. And I should say too, drying time. So it does dry quite quickly, but you should leave between coats at least 2 to 4 hours between coats to do your next layer of paint. Oh, I've got to tell you guys, if you're from America, we have some exciting news to us anyway. Tori, tell them where we're going. In 1 week's time.
To America.
We are going to America. Woo! So 1 week, we're on the countdown, guys. We are so excited. My husband's family's from America in North Carolina, so we'll be going there. And we're on the countdown, so 1 week to go, and we'll be there. So you can see here, we've got a few little, where I've dragged it and I accidentally went too much, and so it's dragged some of the paint off there. So that's a little mistake I made, but we can get that with a second coat. That's quite easily done. So now that I've done that, and the reason I tipped it over is to get a flat surface to work from. So let's go up again, Tori. Can you help me lift it up? Now, be careful of the top. I just put my fingers on it and it's wet. And thanks, Marty. I'm going to have to show that. I've got stuff in the way over here. Ah, we're stuck! Thank you. Okay, incredible husband to the rescue again. You are amazing. Thank you very much. All right, do I have any brushes left over there, Tori?
Yep.
Oh, and we've washed out these ones, so you can help me with the front. So we'll just do the front part, because this one is, yeah, we've just got this to go, and I've already done this earlier, so you can see the putty there has covered really well on all of those bits. And here we go, just making this beautiful again. Paint it beautiful is the motto or slogan for Fusion Mineral Paint, and that's what we're going to do in our homes, guys. So what have you got that you want to make over for the holidays? I think we're ready to give our giveaway question. So Shireen, the giveaway question is, what have you made over with paint in your home? Now, it could be interesting, it could be grand, it could be special, it could be amazing, it could be really odd. So we're going to pick something, I don't know what we're going to pick, the most interesting or just our favourite one. Shireen, that's what we're going to pick, our favourite one. We've got several voters here today. We've got the girls home from school, so, they're finished school. So, because it's holidays in Australia. And Tori jumps up and down with excitement. All right, you're doing great, my faithful assistant. Could you just wash that brush out there? So don't forget, guys, these little peeky holes underneath here on the TV cabinet. We've got colour to put in there. So our giveaway question is that, but I haven't even said what we're giving away. Oh my goodness, guys. We are giving away a pint of Fusion Mineral Paint in the colour of your choice. So the winner will get to choose from the beautiful range of colours that Fusion Mineral Paint have. For example, Bayberry, one of the brand new Christmassy colours that's out now. But you get this size, a whole pint of Fusion Mineral Paint. Is that exciting? Oops, I just missed a little bit here. So, giveaway questions. Get them coming, and Shireen will tell me what sort of questions, what sort of things you've been painting. So what have you made over with paint in your home? That's the question. And it doesn't have to be with Fusion Mineral Paint. You might have used something else, that's fine. But what have you made over? So that's what we want to know. And I've done all this. I don't want to I'm not going to be painting the top just now. It's been raining here, and so it's not been 2 to 4 hours between drying times. So we're not going to be painting that. But I do remember I painted this earlier, this section here. Remember, we're going for rustic. Sometimes a piece of furniture just speaks to you, and this one just said to me, it says to me, I want to be rustic. And so we'll have a nice, beautiful coverage there. And I can see some bits in this. So I've already painted this with the putty colour. So the colour I'm using is called putty. It's the perfect greyish, beautiful taupe kind of grey and beige colour. I can just see some little bits that just need a bit of touching up with, but one coat, seriously, one coat has covered really well. You can see that here. So over on this side, if we want to go around here, I've already painted this whole side with one coat, and I am happy with leaving it at one coat. You can see that there are little sections, but see, I'm going to distress this afterwards. So really, I've only covered it with the concealer, which is just blocking the dark colour and creating space for our white colour. And now we've done one coat of putty on that side. So do we have some comments there, Shireen, of people who have painted things in their home that you want to tell us about? So
lots of really interesting things. Desks,
yes.
Kitchen tables is a popular one.
Yep.
Someone did a whole bathroom wall, turned it into a comic scene for their son.
Oh wow.
Dresses, cabinets, kitchen cupboards is another popular one. Turning old brown kitchen cupboards and making them white and fresh. Vanities, coffee tables, rocking chairs, lamps and lampshades.
Lamps and the lampshades.
Yes.
That brings me to a really good point, because often people will ask, can you use Fusion Mineral Paint on fabric? Yes, you can. You can just use it on so many things. But here's an example of where I've used it on a lamp as well. So that is actually, it was a burgundy colour, this lampshade, and I coloured it with a colour called Upper Canada Green. So it's a beautiful green now, and you cannot see a hint of red. And I think I maybe only gave it 2 coats. It really covered well with the first one, but I just went over it with another coat. So you can, and I have also painted a bed head that was like a tufted bed head, and it had ugly stains and patterns on it. And I didn't want to redo the tufting, so I actually got some Fusion Mineral Paint and painted over it. And yes, it does, it will turn out a little bit stiffer because you're using paint, but if you just give it a light sand and give it a bit of a massage, yes, I did that, and it will turn out a little bit softer. So it's not going to be soft, but the look, 100% better. So the next step, Shireen's going to be looking at your comments, but just remember there's a giveaway of a pint of Fusion Mineral Paint in the colour of your choice. So there's some beautiful colours, and I'm so sorry, but I can't even remember how many now. I know there was 24 colours in the general Fusion Mineral Paint line, but now they've added another 5 or 6 to that, plus the Michael Penny Designer Collection has some beautiful colours in that as well. But you can go on the fusionmineralpaint.com website and see the full range over there. So that will be in your comments section somewhere. I wanted to show you the drawer that we were working on for this. We've got some dust collected on there. And remember how I painted over the whole handle? So there's the drawer right there. And that's just a coat of concealer to conceal the dark wood, and then one coat of putty. And I could probably do 2 coats of the putty. Should have dusted this beforehand. Here we go, there's a dry brush. I can do my dusting with the paintbrush. Just to get that little dust off in the corner, because we want it nice and clean. I painted this probably a few days ago, and so it's dried really well. And right now, this wood, the drawer and this section here is what I've painted a couple of days ago. So it is ready, completely ready to be used in your home just as is. So with Fusion Mineral Paint, unlike other furniture paints, like chalky type paints, Fusion has a built-in top coat. How many people are going to go, woo, heart buttons right there? So no need for waxing, no need for sealing. It's got a built-in top coat. So that is another awesome thing about this paint. And it's a matte finish, so it'll give you that lovely chalky look, but without having to do all the waxing and so on. However, you can indeed use wax on top of this. So for example, I will show you this now, but say you want to use a dark wax or a white wax to highlight some areas, some grooves, some edges. If you wanted to do that, you certainly can, because it will just give it a lovely sheen. You can even use clear wax on there if you want to, if you prefer more of a sheen instead of the matte finish. You can use waxes on this, and you can even use for really hard wearing surfaces. I probably wouldn't use it for something like this, but maybe a chair that's going to be sat on all the time. You can also use, Fusion has a tough coat sealer, and it's a matte finish as well. It's a clear varnish that you can pop on top, and it's non-yellowing. How many yays for that? Non-yellowing varnish. Awesome. So you can use these other products, but like I said before, this is good to go, ready to go. You don't even have to do anything else to it. But today I want to show you just a little bit of sanding and distressing, because some of you might like to just leave your furniture like this with that full coverage. Hey Shireen, just interrupt me if there's any questions burning in people's minds that they want to know about. And don't forget guys, we've got a giveaway going, so a pint of mineral paint for you in the colour of your choice, and all you have to do is tell us what have you made over with paint in your home. It could be unusual, it could be huge, it could be little. We're just going to pick one of those fun answers, and the winner will receive a pint of Fusion Mineral Paint in the colour of their choice. So right now I'm going to show you a little bit of distressing. We need sandpaper for that, and I was trying to find my sandpaper before. Did I put it down here? So Tori told you before, Tori told you that we are going to America and we can't wait. So Tori, what are you looking forward to use? Hang on a minute, I'm going to find my sandpaper. I want to know from Tori, what are you looking forward to the most about going to America?
Probably the snow.
Snow. And you've never seen snow before in your life, have you? No snow. Because we're in Queensland, Australia, and it's very hot here. It's summer, but even in the winter it doesn't even get very cold, does it? So we never see snow. Never seen snow before in your life. And you're looking forward mostly to snow, but there's a specific animal that you would like to see. What is it?
Squirrel.
A squirrel. She would like to see a squirrel, everybody. And all the Americans go, squirrel? They're everywhere. That's probably like for us, seeing a possum or I don't know. We don't see that many kangaroos, do we? Jumping on the sides of the roads, but in the bush areas we do. So Tori wants to see a squirrel. That's top on the agenda, and see snow. So we've got to make sure we see those things. Any other questions there, Shireen?
Yes, a couple of questions. Is Fusion Mineral Paint available all over the world or just in America?
Great question. Yes, Fusion. If you go to the Fusion website, fusionmineralpaint.com, up the top there's a little tab that says where to buy, and if you go click on that, there's a big map of the world, and you can just type in your country, type in your state, and you'll be able to find exactly where you can buy Fusion Mineral Paint. So easy as that. It'll be in the comments there for you. So here's my sanding glove that I'm going to just use to distress the edges of this a little bit. If you've never distressed a piece of furniture before, here's how easy that is. And you can distress Fusion paint too. So there we go. Yep.
You have a website of pieces that you make. People are loving
My
the studio.
pieces. Oh, awesome. Yes, if you go to irestorestuff.com, that's where I blog, and also my Facebook page, I Restore Stuff. You can also go to, I do have a Facebook group if you're local in Brisbane, because I usually just do pick-up only, and we deliver to the local Brisbane area. So if you're in southeast Queensland, it might be possible for you. But I do also sell in Australia Fusion Mineral Paint products and things like that. You can find them on my website. So, anything else, Charlene, while I'm just distressing this piece here?
A couple of people asking whether the paint would be considered matte or gloss.
Matte, definitely matte finish. So it's got a lovely chalky matte look about it, so which is great. Whoop.
And now,
Yes.
where can we find those sanding hands?
I know, guys, I'm so excited about this product, but it's not about that today. But my auntie invented these sanding gloves, and unfortunately they're not available in North America, but they are available in Australia, the UK, Europe, so you can look them up. They're called Sandy Hands. So I know, I think, just when she told me she thought of this product because she gets arthritis, and so it's such a benefit to those people who have mobile disabilities and that kind of thing. So there we go. So we've distressed the handle a little bit, put some little scuff marks on that. That's all there is to distressing. It's so easy. Makes the piece look a little bit more rustic. I could do a little bit more distressing on the actual painted parts itself, like that. But Fusion Mineral Paint, and like I said, I painted this a few days ago, but as you can see, very easy still to distress the paint at that stage. So let me just do a little bit on the side here. My glove Velcro is wearing off a little bit here, so my fingers are... And then I'm going to show you something else. So remember the giveaway question. If you want to win a pint of Fusion Mineral Paint, the question we're asking, and we're going to look for our favourite answer, is what have you made over with paint in your home? That's the question. Or you can help Shireen pick an answer.
How long do you take between coats to dry it, Sharon?
The recommended time, I believe, as I quickly look at my bottle, all the instructions are on here. I believe it's 2 to 4 hours, and it's not on this one, it's on the other one. 2 to 4 hours. But I would recommend, a good 24 hours. Another really good drying question is talking about curing time. So does anybody know what curing means? Hit the like button if you know what I mean by curing. And we'll see how many people know about that. I'm going to just rustic up these bits in here. So see where the seam and the panel comes in there? I'm just going to give those a little bit of distress. And a little bit more in here. See how quick and easy it is really to make over a piece of furniture. Okay, so I did mention curing time, and that is a really important factor because this talks about the ability for the paint to completely dry. So when paint is first painted, you can touch dry within a couple of hours, and maybe even in 24 hours you can move your piece of furniture around without it sticking to your fingers and all that kind of thing. But what you want to do is let it cure. And that means that the water and the moisture, because it's a water-based product, is completely evaporating from the actual paint. So you don't want to put anything heavy on top of your piece for at least, I say 21 to 25 days, depending on your weather, your humidity and that kind of thing. And it's similar to, I've heard it likened to getting your nails done. Now don't look at my nails, they're not, I haven't done my nails. So you liken it to when you're getting your nails done, when you first get them done, the nail polishes, you can do a few things, but it's still a bit soft. When you know, if you whacked it on something, your nails would get that little ding in it. That's similar to paint. So after a few days, if you threw something against it, you might get a little ding in the surface of the paint. Also, if you put something heavy on top of it and it hadn't cured properly, some people have got their furniture piece home, thought, oh, I can't wait, I'm not wearing my patient's pants today. And so they put some stuff on top. And then in a few days' time, they found when they lift it off, it's kind of stuck to the paint and pulled the paint away. Really bad. So important. Don't put all sorts of stuff on top until it's fully cured. I need a wax brush, Tori, which is in that plastic bag just there. So the last thing I'm going to do here before we pick our winner is we are going to show you how to, I'm just going to dust the sanding dust off here. So we've distressed that enough to my liking and distressed our drawer. What we're going to be using is the dark one. Yep, thanks, darling. My faithful assistant Tori is going to bring me a wax brush. So we're just going to use this wax brush here to show you how you can put some wax on. Now this is a beautiful espresso wax. That just makes me want to eat it right now. And it's espresso wax is a dark brown colour, the colour of espresso. And this is great for when you want to age a piece. So I forgot to get my cloth. We'll just do that cloth there. A nice wax cloth. Don't you just want to eat it? Espresso is such a good name for this. It's furniture wax. Now, remember I said before, if you're listening back, you can listen back to the live later, but I did mention it, is that this is good to go as is. You don't have to add wax on top because Fusion has a built-in top coat. But if you want to have a slick, nice, shiny surface rather than the matte finish, you can use a clear wax and buff that to a shine. Today I'm going to show you how to age the piece using espresso wax. So we're going to add some aging into the crevices, into the cracks, and give it a bit of a old grungy look. All right. Have we got any more answers? Now, my giveaway question was, what have you painted in your home? What have you made over using paint as such a great way to update your home for the holidays?
Yes.
Have we got any more?
Yes,
Yes.
lots more.
Lots more.
Chicken coop.
Chicken coop? Someone
Yes.
painted a chicken coop. How cool.
Suitcases.
Oh, yeah.
Flower pots.
Yeah.
Shelves. A hall table.
Awesome.
Someone's done their grandma's old sewing machine table, which was really important to them. Gave that a makeover. Headboards. A few people have tried the idea that you did with the headboard.
With painting it with
Yes.
fabric.
We have had quite a lot of rocking chairs again. Old window frames.
Oh, yeah.
We've done up window frames, and someone turned an old easel into a notice board
Great
with some
idea.
paint.
Some fabulous ideas there. That is awesome. I think that Shari and Tori are going to find it really hard to pick a winner. We're showing you how to do the antiquing wax now, and this is Espresso by Fusion. And so we are going to just put it into the crevices. I've got a little bit on the end of my brush, but I haven't loaded it too much. I just kind of wipe a little bit off the edge. And I'm going to put it right into all those crevices and joins in there. Ooh. And the colour we've used for the paint is putty, so just remember that name if you like that beautiful greyish. So we're just going to put a little bit of wax on. I'm just going to work in sections so I can show you what this does. And you can sort of see a before and after of one side versus the other side. So you can see it's all in the crevices. What we're going to do now is grab my cloth and just wipe away in sections. And you can sort of see, it's a bit of a wobble on the table there, you can see how it's staying in areas that are down in cracks and crevices. See this here, you can sort of see a few little brush strokes where the espresso wax has kind of gotten into the grooves and crevices there. Is that nice? Gives you a lovely aged finish. So I'm going to just go a little bit more down this section here. You don't have to do the whole piece, you can leave areas that are untouched, as you would imagine a piece would be if it was really aged and weathered. Okay, so can you sort of see a before over here where I haven't waxed yet, and an after here where we've got a bit of antiquing wax, you probably can see even more on here, versus this where it's all clean. So let me show you again. I'm just going to put a little bit of wax on the tip of my brush. I don't want to get it too heavily all in there because it's just really a waste of wax. I love to be a little bit frugal about my waxes. Here we go, rubbing it on. You can see this big chunk out of here. Like I said, this is a rustic kind of Balinese piece of furniture. And I'm just rubbing and working the wax, antiquing espresso wax, all into the grooves of this piece of furniture. A bit on the edges there. Add more if I want to, you can take away some if you want to, and I don't know if you all know the little trick to taking away excess dark wax is to use some clear wax on a cloth to just erase away some of that dark wax. So now, as you can imagine, here we go, I'm just going to go across this again. You can see it's looking a lot more aged and weathered now. Keep working at it until you're happy with the look of it. So here we've just got the wax straight on, and I'm going to be wiping off just gently at first, and you can see where it's sitting in the grooves of these pieces here. Okay, how are we liking that waxing?
Sharon, is the wax from the same company?
Yes, it is. Fusion Mineral Paint has put this out. Now, Fusion Mineral Paint, this says Homestead House on here at the moment. They are coming with, oh, it's in French, see, it's from Canada. They're coming out with new labelling for the actual Fusion brand, but it's made by the parent company, Homestead House. Beautiful people, family-run business. I love working with Homestead House and Fusion Mineral Paint, so they do a wonderful job at looking after their people, looking after the environment. And there you go. So you can see that gives a lovely, beautiful, rustic, weathered look. And I haven't painted up on the top yet because remember we just did our first coat on there and it really hasn't had enough time to dry. So there we go from the first coat. This is the colour that it looked like before. That's just a random shot of the back there. That's our before. This is our concealer, which we used to just create a first coat. And then we went on with our putty, which you can see on the front. And then we've added our antiquing wax. So we just have to finish off our drawer, and then we're going to pick a winner for our prize of a pint of Fusion Mineral Paint in the colour of your choice. So we've got some awesome answers there to the question, which was, what have you made over with paint in your home? And I'm just going to finish off this while Shari decides. Have you decided on a winner yet? Oh, you're going to need Tori to help.
Yes, I think Tori might have to help pick.
No looking, Marnie. Come back here. Okay. So we've just about finished waxing the drawer so that you can see that. Big bang on the table. And we take a clean cloth. You can see where I've waxed there. And we're just going to wipe away. So all it is wipe on, wipe off. Just like Karate Kid. So you can see a little bit of a rustic look happening on the handle there. So you can see it wasn't too bad painting the handle, was it? Sometimes, I was saying in the beginning, I removed the hardware most of the time, but the screws were starting to strip, and so I decided to just leave the handle in there and paint over it. So I just went with that option. There we go, beautiful, all antique looking drawer. I might even just pop that in. Okay, I think we're ready for dinner. And you know what, guys? I'm going to have this on the Hometalk blog post and also on my blog, i-restorestuff.com. And I'm going to finish this off this afternoon and I'm going to post it as a new blog post there as part 2 to my painting basic furniture with Fusion Mineral Paint. And Shireen, who is our winner? Tori.
Tori has picked the winner today, and the winner is someone who did over an antique 1930s piano. It would have looked amazing. That's Marilyn Palacci. I apologise if I'm not saying your name right.
Thank you
Marilyn
so much,
Palacci.
So Marilyn, congratulations, Marilyn. You have won yourself a pint of Fusion Mineral Paint in the colour of your choice. So, you know, you can pick a colour from the Fusion Mineral Paint website and let Hannah know. She'll be in contact with you. I just wanted to quickly show you how much 500 mils or 1 pint is going to cover with Fusion Mineral Paint. Someone has painted this just to show how much exactly it covers. There's a full, what is that, 3-drawer dresser? 4-drawer dresser? Big dresser, a chair, a table, and that's all just with 1 pint. And I'd say that's probably 2 coats of that beautiful colour. So thank you so much for watching, but before you go, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can join all of the Facebook Live posts that Hometalk does. And I hope you've really enjoyed this one today. Go and get your furniture all made up beautiful for the holidays using paint. But tomorrow, tune in because here it is. Tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. Monday at 1 p.m. EST, join Hometalk Live because they're going to be showing a blogger, and they haven't named the blogger, one blogger's incredible Christmas home tour. Oh, I can't wait to get to America. We fly out next week and I can't wait to see some of the beautiful lights because you guys know how to do Christmas lights. I've been telling the kids. And we can't wait to see snow and some awesome things. So thank you so much for watching. Catch me at iRestoreStuff.com. I'm Sharon, saying good night and Merry Christmas because this is my last Hometalk Live before next year. Bye.